Hello everybody, welcome back to the cosmos. My name is Alvia. I go by pronouns he and they, and I'm here to share another Starseed video with you. And this is actually a completely new thing that I'm doing. I'm not sure of how often I'm gonna do this, but I'm gonna maybe aim at bi-weekly or something like that. But for now we're just kind of going with the flow, we're seeing where this goes, and whenever I feel kind of called to pull cards for the human and the Starseed collective, I will, and this is for the purpose of showing and sharing with you what energies are assisting through the cosmos, what energies are coming from different starseed varieties, species, collectives, groups, which of them are assisting us and how. So that's what this is all about. This might also go into maybe some processes that we may be going through collectively, so whatever is kind of coming through is whatever is coming through. This is called Alvia's telescope, inspired by my past life as an avian being. I was in this planet nearby the center of the Milky Way, just looking up at my telescope as a little bird being, just looking up to Andromeda, just being like, why the heck did I leave Andromeda? And then I incarnated here, so that's the story, and that's where Alvia's telescope started. And I've got my cards here, actually, they're already here, and I'm using the deck that I made, Inspiring Alien Tarot, named after, of course, my own things, my own little alien things, which you can buy from my website. Now I do have some plans for this deck, so the current edition is a limited edition, keep that in mind, and there's a guidebook also, which you cannot see right now because of this angle, but I actually wrote a bunch of Starseed stuff about the cards into that very guidebook, which you can see. You can have a little taste on my videos, some of my videos. I'm gonna make a proper video just sharing you a more of a flip through, and not completely flip through because some of it has to be secret, just because, you know, I sell that thing. So yeah. But anyway, that's the one deck, and then I've got another one. I might just have two decks and just switch between the other one, and this one is the First Light Tarot. It has pictures of galaxies from the Hubble telescope and that type of stuff. But I might do that, in the future. I might just, share those decks at the end of the video anyway. Or just write it on the screen. I don't know yet. Anyway, this is the first time I'm doing this. And I think that's all I really wanted to say in the beginning. And again, this is not I wouldn't say this is a prediction, but this is more so awareness of the energy that's coming through right now that you might want to tap into, especially if you do consider yourself a starseed, if you're on a path like that, if you're curious about things like ascension, which I like to call the soul's evolution anyway. I prefer this word for that. And if you're into these type of very multidimensional things, then keep on watching. But this is mostly focused around the starseed things. So anyway, this spread is very interesting. So the card from the First Light that we pulled is the Chariot. At first it came up reversed, but I thought I would keep this one upright. It just felt more natural for this one. And with these cards, with my Inspiring Alien Tarot, I always do reversals, so that one isn't gonna change anytime soon. These are the cards that we have. We've got the Knight of Pots, which is the Knight of Cups, the Hanged One, and it's reversed. And I'm laughing because that card has been stalking me. Five of Lasers, which is the Five of Wands, that's reversed. And then we got Knight of Planets upright. Okay, so we got two knights. That's one thing that stood out right away. And of course my little stalker. And I'm thinking that this does have to do with different groups kind of coming together and assisting as a duo. Personally, I have felt Pleiadian presence recently, so the Knight of Pots kind of confirms that to me. And I'm also getting strong Deneb Algebdi I haven't really worked with that group yet, so I can't really say much more about that, but like very Saturnian energy. And this, like, I just see these two as like strong worker cards, so they're just like working together. They're creating, it almost feels like they're creating an atmosphere, and they're creating some kind of, you know, a balance. Almost, you know, reminds me of, you know, that Cancer Capricorn opposition. It kind of feels like they are coming in as, you know, opposites, bringing up more unity in a way. There's a strong feel for that. That's what I'm definitely feeling with these cards. And of course with the Knights there's always movement, so we're looking forward, and especially when it comes to the Chariot, because this is, you know, all about drive. Of course, it's all about movement, all about going forward. So there's something about this whole, and yes, of course, it's the Cancer card. So like, yeah, there's a strong Cancerian energy, and when it comes to Cancerian energy, this is a strong Syrian starseed aspect, as well as Apollonian. There's Procyon also, so there's this type of energy. I'm definitely getting almost like an earthy starseed vibe, and it's not surprising because Pleiadians are also very earthy starseeds, believe it or not. They didn't find it too much fun to stay here, so they left. But the story about Pleiadians is that they were actually Lyrans first, so most Pleiadians are either Lyran or Earth Lyran, so there's that one aspect that comes through, so there could be some Lyran influence here as well. When it comes to these two, well, of course, with the Hanged Man and in combination with all of these other ones, it's a strong sense of movement, and this is because there have been some, you know, obstacles, spiritually speaking, that have come into our way to slow us down, and they're now going away. So it's like we are being called to, of course, problem solve. We cannot just pretend that the problems don't exist. Otherwise, we're just gonna go back here, you know, and we don't really want that, right? We want to make sure that we're completely done with some things and that we're ready to move on. That's what we want to be sure of at this time. And of course, Hanged Man is Neptunian and Piscean influence. So when I think about that, of course, you know, I think Cetacean, Starseeds, those dolphin whale beings, and I think about, you know, again, Pleiadians, those type of energies. But then, of course, you know, you look at where Neptune is in your chart, and you can kind of see maybe where that lands for you and what type of starseed influence we might be talking about. So yeah, there is that movement, but it does require, again, like troubleshooting. And the 5 of lasers, so the 5 of wands. This, I believe, is Saturn in Leo card, if I remember correctly. And the thing with this card, so this is the book, by the way. This is my tarot book that I wrote all on my own. Yeah, we got Saturn in Leo, so there is that fixed energy. Because of that fixed energy, of course there is a T-square with the full moon in Leo. I'm recording this on 27th, so it's like just the day before. This, of course, is, you know, Saturnian influence. That's what I thought of, you know, getting those obstacles out of your way and just embracing the creativity, embracing the freedom that comes from it. With the Leo energy, there is a species called Regulus starseeds, and of course we think of Lyrans with the lions, and then we think of Syrians as well with the feline influence. So there is just a lot of that, you know, Lyran, Syrian energy as well, aside from the Pleiadian and like Dinek Alvia and as well as, you know, Apollonian and Procyon influence. And then of course we have some Centaurian influence as well here, so different type of centaur beings, different type of, you know, different type of like amphibians and those water beings as well. That's being very strongly shown up. I suppose. And of course Lemurian and Atlantean, those were beings that were very close to the Pleiades, of course. And I would say Sirius too, because those are the two species that also have been very closely working with Earth and the humans. So that's kind of where we're going with those influences. Oh boy, just read my book. Of course, because this is Taurus and Capricorn energy, so of course with Taurus we're gonna have the Pleiades. Duh! Then also Oculus, Starseed, Cyclope beings, as well as, you know, inner Earth and the core of the Earth beings. And there was this one meditation that was really cool. I went into the core of the Earth. I was just listening to a stone speak to me, and I went to the core of the Earth, and I met some golems in there and Esasani beings. And yeah, I think Esasanis are also gonna be kind of doing a little thing here. Just because they are very like, well, they're not earthbound, but they're very close to Earth because they're human Zeta hybrids. So that's one thing that I would consider some like earth work. I would see like working with those earth beings and earth spirits to be very supported with this type of energy, and especially with all of those hybrid species. So when we think about the Earth Lyran Pleiadians and again Esasani, those type of beings, I think that would be something that would be rising in its frequency here. And when I say frequency, I mean how often it comes. That's what I mean. And then of course the Aragathans, I don't know if that's the right word, but those are the beings that are inner Earth beings as well. So those beings are also assisting us at this time. And they're bringing their, you know, earthly wisdom and of course their magic. What's that? I don't know. Yeah, they're bringing their magic here, right? They're doing it. It's awesome. Okay, so here's one more thing that's kind of coming true to me. Because we do have the Chariot in this spread, this kind of shows to me that we are starting on something completely new. We're starting a new chapter. But the thing with this new chapter is that, again, we do need to pay attention to anything that may be unfinished. So of course, unfinished business. Yeah, like I said, there is that Piscean influence, that's mutable signs. There's a couple of those type of cards, but there's also lots of fixed energy. And that's exactly what the T-square is also about, that's happening in the full moon. The T-square is just, it's creating massive like attention and, you know, push to go to that next level. And it shows us where we might need to really break away from a lot of things that have maybe slowed down a lot. And that's exactly what I kind of see with especially these two cards here, with Neptune and Saturn in Leo in these two cards. So yeah, that's kind of what's showing up for me with those. But then of course with these two we have more cardinal energy. So maybe there is, I do kind of sense that there is this push to get those type of things over with and to get those new beginnings on the way right now. So there isn't that much stuckness. And I honestly feel like, especially with when it comes to that, you know, Taurus Pleiades connection, I feel like that's what's gonna kind of show up in a way that it's gonna be soothing. And then with the Syrian influence, it's gonna be more of an, maybe more logical in a way. And it's gonna be more about planning ahead for this new thing that we're gonna go into, you know, getting the route clear. This is about getting the route clear and just seeing what's there. So if you do go into precognition or like prediction, if you're gonna go into any of that, this would be a perfect time for that, and you would be able to see that path very clearly, and you would be able to, you know, see things from further ahead, multi-level vision and those type of things. And you're gonna be able to see those obstacles as well. You're gonna be able to see what's being stuck or what's being delayed, or what you perceive is on your way, because there's always solutions, you know. So, and of course, like sometimes there are situations that kind of contain us and keep us stuck and keep us small, but the main thing is just realizing that there is a way out and that you can actually change the situation. So that's what's also kind of had to come through there. And then we're kind of just swimming out with the waters, bringing on maybe a little bit more peace, a little bit more of that connection, that psychic, almost like psychic connection to what's really happening. And then we're on the way again. And we're kind of easing in this place that allows us to enjoy this whole process more. And coming up into like I'm getting this sense of a new status for a lot of us. We're gonna get into this new status that's gonna allow us to maybe be a little bit more stable and be a little bit more strong. I'm getting a sense of, you know, gaining strength because we are starting this new thing, and that's showing us this new status in a way. So that's kind of what's coming through again. Pleiades, Sirius, Lyra, Procyon. Yeah, I mentioned quite a bit. The Regulus, Saturn, Neptune, T-square of this full moon. Yeah, that's basically all that there is, and now the information is kind of here. So that's what I got for you so far. I hope you enjoyed this, hope this helped you. And yeah, I think my tips for this are, you know, just make sure you do that work to, you know, maybe get on those higher levels, get on those, multi-level vision. I would definitely recommend that for now. And I would also recommend just healing, taking time to heal, really connecting with the earth, connecting with your connection to the earth, connecting with your body. That's what's coming through quite strongly with these type of energies. And of course, planning ahead, planning with that, you know, multi-level vision, planning like a Syrian. And remembering to start things also. That's the thing. Try not to get stuck, and if you do get stuck, there are ways around it. I can actually link a video below that's very good for those of you who might be getting stuck. Okay. It's not my video, it's somebody else's. Nico, if you're watching this, you're awesome. Anyway, that's all that I have for you today. I also forgot to say that I'm gonna start doing readings by donation, and just to make sure that I can give you enough, they're gonna start from $11 so that there's some kind of energy change, you know. Anything from $11 and up, you can donate whatever currency you use, and then I will do a reading for you with my cards, of course. Oh my god, why is this so weird and awkward? I don't know. Basically, that's what I'm gonna start doing, so I will leave all of that information down below. This will happen through my PayPal, but of course if you want to just donate, support my work, and to keep this thing going, you can check out my coffee page, so it is down below. You can do that. Thank you so much for supporting me anyway, in whatever way you choose, whether it's free support, like likes, comments, subscribes, all that good stuff. And yeah, thank you very much. I love you, and I'll be back soon, cuties. Stay inspiring, cuties. Bye.